Hey everyone, J7Jace here, bringing you a video all about monsters. I'm not sure about you, but I do love animals, so I do like to deploy some of them in my fights every now and then. Although all their mating and egg laying are a problem at times. This was another very hard list to make as monsters have different strengths and benefits. So my criteria in ranking my list and these monsters would be how strong they are in battles, and lastly, how useful they are when it comes to poaching items. Starting off with my number 10 would be the Vampire Cat. This kitty with its vicious long fangs can be deadly with its blaster ability and attack, or if you have someone with Beastmaster around, as they can even vampire their enemies. Their poaching items aren't great like the Holy Water and Crocodile Bag, but hoping a Petrify lands at range can be devastating. My number 9 would be the Blue Dragon. They are a pretty strong monster to have overall with their solid HP and PA and magic attack stats. Not to mention Ice Breath or Bracelet is quite solid, especially when certain enemies have a weakness to ice. Their poached items aren't too bad with Cashmere and Dragon Rod. The Dragon Rod is kind of rare, but it is still an overall weak rod that offers no real benefit to any kind of mage since it gives no stat bonuses. Hence, this is my ranking for this monster. For my number 8, it would be the slightly stronger dragon. It is the Red Dragon. It is a better version of the Blue Dragon with superior stats, and Thunder Breath is better than Ice Breath because not as many enemies have items or resistance to lightning. The items you can get from poaching this beast, such as Sortilege and Dragon Whisker, are also better and slightly more useful, so this dragon gets a higher rating. Coming in at number 7 is the Cockatrice. These things are fast, mobile, and can petrify you with their beak. The only thing they are lacking in is HP and their poaching items, but because they can fly and petrify, they earn the number 7 spot. Nothing special about their poaching items like Gold Needle and Featherweave Cloak, but they get a higher ranking because of their strength in combat. For my 6th spot, it's the Dark Behemoth. These things have solid move, insane HP, sometimes it's in the 900s, and they have a pretty high evasion rate as well. And they can also be poached to get the rare Stoneshooter gun. It's an awesome monster to use in regular combat, since they have so much HP, and if you have someone with even Beastmaster around, their hidden skill, Almaguest, can do insane damage at a range, making these monsters even more insane. How can I forget this monster? For my 5th spot, it's going to be the Red Chocobo. These things have solid HP, attack, speed, and mobility. They have Ignore Height, and Chocobo Meteor is just awesome, as it has a 100% chance to land, and it has so much range. You can also mount them, and this drastically increases your mobility. The items that you can poach from them aren't that great, with things like a Remedy and Barrette, but because they're so good and so versatile, they get this pretty high ranking. My 4th would be the Swine. Even though their combat skills are terrible, poaching them for one of the most overpowered accessories in the game, Chantage, makes having them worthwhile, and they deserve a ranking so high. Based on my Swine placement, you will know what comes next. 3rd, it would be the Wild Boar, or if you're on the PS1 version, the Wild Bow. Ribbon is what you can get from them. It makes you immune to all negative status ailments, it breaks the game, and it is the best thing in your hat slot. Even though the Falling Star Bag isn't something worth equipping, it is a rare item from poaching, and it's nice for the collectors. Getting into number 2, some people would put this monster as their number 1. Second on this list would be the Tmat. These things are big, they're bad, and a little sexy. Walking nightmares. They have insane stats, solid speed, they can fly, can easily have over 900 HP. Not much can stop these things. They can also hit 3 times with their Tri-Flame and Tri-Thunder, wiping out even the strongest enemies in the game. Their poach items are also decent, with Wormweave Silk for the common poach and Whale Whisker for their rare one. Now, the best monster, in my opinion, is Hit the Music.
You dig it, sucker?
That's right, the Greater Hydra. Although they aren't as strong as a Tiamat in terms of stats, I like that they can reliably physically attack an enemy, and the items that you can get from them by poaching are a lot better. Pardon my French, but Sepchim and Rubber Suit are better poach items in my opinion. This is my list for the top 10 monsters in the game. Now, I didn't include things like Ultima Demons, Biblos, Construct 8 in here, and also the Holy Dragon, because you can't poach them. But some of these can be argued in a top 10 list because they are technically monsters. But I do plan on making a special list for the best characters in the game and ranking them eventually. As always, I hope you enjoyed another FFT video. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It helps me out and gets this video to reach a wider audience. My name is J7Jace, and I hope you all have a great one.